Once upon a time, in a quiet mountain village, lived a kind and graceful girl named Lena. She was 21 years old, with soft brown eyes and long black hair that glowed in the sunlight. Lena's family was not wealthy, but their small home was always filled with laughter and warmth. Lena loved reading stories and often dreamed of exploring the world beyond the hills. One morning, she went to the town market to sell handmade baskets her mother had woven. There, she met a young man named Adrian. Adrian was tall and confident, with warm hazel eyes and an easy smile. He came from a prosperous family that owned tea plantations nearby. Despite his comfortable life, he was humble and kind, and something about Lena's simplicity and quiet strength drew him in. Lena and Adrian became friends. They spent hours talking about their dreams, walking along the forest paths, and watching the sunset by the river. Adrian admired Lena's intelligence and gentle heart. Lena admired his honesty and courage. One evening, as the stars appeared over the mountains, Adrian said softly, "Lena, I love you. Will you be with me?" Lena's heart fluttered. "Yes, Adrian," she whispered, smiling through tears. "I love you too." They promised to build a future together. But happiness was short-lived. Adrian's parents were deeply against the idea. His mother said sharply, "Adrian, you cannot marry a village girl. She doesn't belong to our world." His father added, "You must think of the family name. Marry someone of your status." Adrian was heartbroken. "Lena is kind and honest," he said. "Wealth means nothing without love." But his parents refused to listen. They threatened to cut him off if he disobeyed them. When Lena heard this, she felt torn between love and duty. She didn't want Adrian to lose everything because of her. "Maybe it's better if we don't marry," she said gently. "I don't want to be the reason you suffer." Adrian shook his head. "Lena, my heart belongs to you. We will find a way." Days passed, but his parents didn't change their minds. Lena cried many nights, torn between love and guilt. Finally, she met Adrian one last time and said, "I love you, but I can't let you fight your family for me. You deserve peace." Adrian held her hands tightly, his voice breaking. "Lena, I'll never stop loving you." They parted in tears, their hearts forever linked by love and loss. Lena returned to her simple life, caring for her family and helping neighbors. Everyone admired her kindness and courage. Adrian focused on his work but never forgot her. Years went by. Lena's father fell ill, and she stayed by his side day and night. When Adrian heard about it, he came to visit quietly. "Lena," he said softly, "I heard about your father. Let me help." She was touched. "Thank you, Adrian. You've always been so kind." He brought medicine, food, and comfort. Her father slowly recovered. Adrian had to move to the city for work, but he wrote to Lena often. Their letters were full of warmth, stories of his new life, and her days in the village. Time passed, and Adrian became successful. Yet his heart never changed. One summer, he returned to the village. When Lena opened her door and saw him standing there, she smiled through tears. "Adrian, you came back. I told you I would," he said. They talked for hours, laughing and remembering old times. Then Adrian said, "Lena, I still love you. I want to build a life with you. I don't care what anyone says." Lena hesitated. "But your parents?" Adrian smiled gently. "I have my own life now. I can take care of us. I don't need their approval anymore. Lena's eyes filled with tears. Adrian. I'm proud of you. And so, they chose love once again. They married quietly in the village, surrounded by friends and Lena's family. Adrian's parents didn't attend, but that didn't matter. Their love was stronger than disapproval. They moved to the city and started a new life together. It wasn't easy, there were struggles, long days, and sacrifices, but their love gave them strength. Years passed. Lena and Adrian built a warm, joyful home filled with laughter. They had 2 children and taught them about kindness, patience, and the power of true love. When they grew old, they often sat together watching the sunset, remembering the days when their love had seemed impossible. Lena smiled at Adrian and said, "We made it." He took her hand and replied, "Yes. Because love always finds a way." And so, Lena and Adrian lived happily ever after, not because their life was perfect, but because they never gave up on each other. True love, they learned, isn't about wealth or approval, it's about courage, faith, and 2 hearts that refuse to let go.